In our video, Witnessing the Curvature of the Earth, Part 1, we related the stories about how SR-71 pilots, U-2 pilots, and guests on U-2 flights were able to see the curvature of the Earth from 60,000 feet and higher. In this video, Part 2, we'll relate 3 more individual stories about how they were able to see the curvature of the Earth as well. In Part 2, we'll share the experiences of 4 people who have been to the high enough elevation that they could see the curvature of the Earth too. First is Josh Cartu, a Canadian race car driver who paid to go with a flight on MigFlug, and his pilot Sergei Yara, Felix Baumgartner, who parachuted from 131,000 feet, and Alan Eustace, who parachuted from almost 136,000 feet.
Right?
We get to see the stars?
Yes, see the stars and curve of Earth.
In the middle of the day?
Yes.
Amazing.
When we reach, I make half roll and you can see it. Again?
The curvature of the
Yes, and we start to descend.
Just now you're ready for takeoff. Let's go. Okay, you know. And we reach 12,000 meters. Switch on afterburner. Now we have supersonic flight. And we start to climb.
Freeze frame from the video where we put a straight line on it so you can clearly see the curvature on the horizon. The wing to the left and the elevator to the right are both straight edges, so you can tell this was not taken with a wide-angle lens.
10 kilometers. And look to the sky now. Wow, that's a view.
Bill Kittinger set the record for highest balloon parachute jump in 1960, a record that stood for over 50 years, but in 2012 he helped Felix Baumgartner break his own record.
Talk me through what it is to free fall through thin air, but the air is getting thicker and thicker. So you would hit some maximum speed before the air slowly brought you back down to what we all know is like the terminal velocity of a body falling through the atmosphere.
Well, the thing is, if you go all the way up to 130,000 feet, the air is so thin because the molecules are so far apart. That means the air allows you to travel so fast. You know, that's why we selected that altitude.
There's hardly any air resistance at that point.
It's almost like a vacuum.
Right, okay.
So that's the reason why we went all the way up to 130,000 feet. And once you step off, you accelerate so fast. So within 50 seconds, just think about this. I was accelerating to 890 miles an hour, which is equivalent to Mach 1.25. So Mach 1 is supersonic speed, but it was even get faster than supersonic speed. Mach 1.25, it's faster than a bullet, you know, it's pretty fast.
Okay, so was that the velocity where, and you've fallen far enough where the air is now slowly trying to slow you down again?
Exactly. So at 90,000 feet, there's a thicker layer of air. Comes in very progressive, so you can feel it, you know. So before it's thin air, there's almost no resistance, which also means at the same time, all your scattering skills that I developed the last 10 years are pretty much useless because you have no resistance. You cannot use the air to your own advantage.
You are looking at Earth from a very different place. Are you distracted by the details of the mission, or did you have a time to just reflect on that moment?
No, it took me time. Like I said, you know, it was so much work to reach that point. It took me from age of 17 all the way to 43. Yeah, and then I'm standing there on top of the world, knowing that now it's a step into the unknown. So I was trying to embrace that moment. I was trying to inhale it, you know, because it took us so much work to get there. And I was standing outside, and it's completely silent. You know, there's no noise up there. All I could hear is myself breathing. Then you look up, you see black sky. So it's a very interesting moment, very peaceful in one way, but at the same time, you know that if you have a mission to accomplish.
Well, just remind people, you are high enough in the atmosphere in the daytime that there's hardly any air molecules above you to turn the sky blue. So the sun is out and you have a black sky. I just want to clarify that for anyone who wasn't following.
Very good explanation.
Yeah.
And that was interesting because I've never seen during daylight black sky. Yeah, first time in my life. Took me 53 years to figure that out.
At that moment, you look at the world, it looks very fragile. You could see the curvature of the earth, could see the sky was pitch black up there. And at the same time, you realize that everything around you is hostile. That means you cannot stand there forever, because as soon as I disconnect my oxygen lines from the ship system, I only have 10 minutes left of my billet bottles, and that means I have to hurry up.
So there's the launch. You'll see me waving with my left hand. I started waving with my right hand on the previous balloon jump, and my ground crew got super upset because here's the emergency release handle, and they don't want me anywhere near that. So you know, the ride up is amazing. It's beautiful. It's 2 hours and 7 minutes. You know, you start by seeing small pebbles on the ground, and you see cars, and then you see buildings, and then cities, and then states. You can see for hundreds and hundreds of miles as you take the trip up. It's very relaxing. While I was going up, I mostly was just thinking about emergency procedures. But since this is the last of the jumps, you know, the third time, I mostly just enjoyed the views. This is getting way high up now. You can start to see a little bit more of and probably this view is probably a better one that shows you the view, the curvature of the earth, the darkness of space. I mean, it is gorgeous, you know, from up there. A little bit of patchy ground fog. We were a little worried about that for a while. That camera's mounted on my leg and looking forward. This is my favorite view. You can see kind of the layers of the atmosphere here. They're really super gorgeous. You can see me using my leg. That was actually the signaling device. Using the microphone is kind of painful, but they can see my leg move with a downward facing camera. So this is a countdown, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. A tense moment on the whole project. A couple of my sisters are in that group. And here's the release. We're going to come back and show you that again in slow motion. And the first thing that happens is you feel totally weightless. And I started to do a turn. You can see the balloon go by. You can see the drogue parachute, and there's no air to actually make the drogue parachute do anything other than hang below you. The balloon will go by one more time, and you can see it's perfectly round. And this is the anxious control rooms during the freefall. Freefall is 4 minutes and 27 seconds. Top speed is 822 miles an hour. That's Mach 1.22. And they actually heard a sonic boom on the ground during the descent. Here I start to speed up. This is probably about the time that I'm at the fastest that I ever get. And during the entire acceleration period, there's no sound. When you start hearing sound, it means you're starting to slow down. And that takes a while.
What we've learned from these witnesses to the Earth's curvature is that the Earth has curvature, but also that the atmosphere gets thinner with altitude. There's a pressure gradient, and that the sky is black, even during daytime when you're that high up, with the atmosphere as thin as it is. Thanks for watching. Now be sure to like and subscribe.